Oh, hey YouTube. Well, sorry about the screen. It is what it is with this camera phone. I really need to get a new phone. I'm just very stingy, so I don't want to spend the money, but I can get a bit more life out of this phone. So for the time being, we're going to have extra lighting with the screen there. But while I was doing this video, I had a friend over today, and we're talking about BMI and scaling when it comes to weight. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea for a video. So the BMI test, or the BMI, it's not really an accurate description of health. So for those using it as such, it'll give you a general idea, because how the BMI works is basically, it was invented in the 1930s, and it wasn't really invented, it was just a study. Okay, so it was just a study to say this is what the average person for this height is, basically what their weight is. That's it. It's not to say that if your BMI is such that you will have better health. Yeah, look, everyone's weight is different and ranges differently, and as we get older, things slow down and get a bit more difficult to maintain. There's no question about that. Yeah, I wouldn't use it as a indicator. I mean, look, if you look at professional athletes, every single one of them, just about, they play, say, like a top level, it would say they're overweight for their height a lot of the time, because muscle is a lot denser than fat, so you're going to be heavier, even though you'll be fit, and even though your heart and everything will be really good. Yeah, it's not a good indicator for general health. So if you are using it as a baseline to say, if I reach this level, then I'll be in good health, no, it doesn't work like that. And what's healthy for some person who's the same height might be different for another. Example of that is that I got a friend who's probably an inch taller than me, maybe 2 inches at best, and he's a fair bit more solid than me, but his bone structure is different. So he's going to be bigger. He's going to be stronger. That's just how it is, and that's okay. I'm just saying that's basically, yeah. So I mean, he's always going to be bigger than me. That's the norm for that. So yeah. So don't go by BMI as your go-to. BMI is just an old, redundant scale. They probably should do a new scale and measure. What they should probably do is measure performance athletes. Like measure their Vmax, measure their heart capacity, measure their general health, and then measure the average person, and then probably say, okay, if you can do this amount of exercise, you are probably considered healthy. That would probably be a better representation. That's what I would say. And then, look, I don't know what people use BMI for these days anyway, but generally speaking, I would say it's probably an indicator of what people would say would be health. So, if you meet some sort of arbitrary number, then you will be at a certain health level, which isn't really accurate. But anyway, peace.